Good evening, everybody. My name's Amy Holmwood, and I'm here tonight with a special guest who's become one of my best friends. His name is Michael Epstein. He is in the line of the Carrie Dickey group, and we've been working together for about 4.5 years now. He's an Elite Pro 7. His birthday's Friday. He's going to be 60 years old. I can't believe it. I'll be 56, but coming up pretty soon, Michael, too. So I'll never catch up. But yeah, it's just, this is such an amazing time to be in LifeVantage, and we're going to have Michael share some information with you guys tonight. I just want to give you a little background on Michael. He has been in the healing arts for about 37 years. He was actually one of the leading massage therapists really in Los Angeles, working with, some very special people like President Reagan and people like that. He also is a 4th degree black belt in Chinese Kung Fu, which is a huge achievement for any person. He started at a young age in that particular sport, and then also has been an extreme athlete and somebody that's really experienced amazing benefits with our products. And Michael is also about to have a child coming up here with his beautiful wife, Paloma. So it's just so exciting, Michael, to have you in my life. I love you, and I'm going to let you take it over. I'm going to share some slides, but I'll let you talk a little bit, and I'm just going to have the slides in the background just so people can see some of the things you're talking about why our products are so game-changing for people in the athletic community, like yourself.
Wow. Well, thank you very much, Amy. And hello, everybody, LifeVantage family, and people for the first time you're taking a look at this. I want to say, first of all, that whatever I'm going to say doesn't mean that we treat, cure, prevent, or mitigate anything. I'm not a doctor. My background, again, I'll be 60 in 2 days, and because of our amazing products, I certainly don't feel it, and people think I'm lying to them. But I go back. I started the martial arts actually in 1965. I was 8 years old, had no idea what I was going to do and why I wanted to do that. But my mom intrigued me to get involved in the sports, and so I did. I played baseball, and I became a musician when I was really young, but I never really gravitated towards it. But what I stayed with was the martial arts. And I'm a 4th degree black belt master of Chinese Kung Fu, and that just means that I have a lot of experience in the background of it. But it just helps the body. Why am I taking a product that could have so many incredible benefits? And what did I have to look at to see this? When I saw that ABC investigative report, and if you haven't seen the ABC investigative report, you need to really take a look at that. Go to abcliveit.com and watch that video. When I saw that, it absolutely blew my mind. I said, I need this stuff in my body. I had some severe shin splints. I'm a triathlete. I've done Ironman 70.3. I have not done the full. My wife has done 3 full Ironman. She's 9 months pregnant as we speak, and she's still taking our products, which is really awesome. But she's an extreme athlete. She's done at least 15 ultra marathons and so forth. And when I introduced this product to her and brought it into my family, as we all are, especially as athletes, we're kind of skeptical because everybody's always trying to get you to take their products. But when I saw what the ABC video was, and I looked at the science of this, and I understood the negative attributes of what oxidative stress is for the body, I said, you know what? Because when you're an athlete, you're pushing your bodies to the limit. You're going above and beyond what most people would think that the normal person would do. If you're going to go out for a 10 or a 15-mile run or an 80-mile bike ride or a 4-mile swim, which for myself, I've only done like 2.5-mile swims. But my wife has done 5-mile swims. What does that do? It increases all this oxidative stress in the body. So you have this one pill, Protandim. You see it there, 5 natural ingredients. Milk thistle, a natural liver detoxifier, turmeric, a natural anti-inflammatory, green tea, naturally boosts metabolism and burns fat. Bacopa, it raises the levels of enzymes. Catalase by 54%, superoxide dismutase by 34%, and glutathione up to 300%. Ashwagandha, natural brain calmer, And I think I named all of them there. And so it's that exact ratio that Dr. McCord hit over those 40 years. But what it's done, it turns the body's ability to create its own natural healing system. And I like saying this. Any type of direct antioxidant, I'm not going to get too deep into this, but any type of direct antioxidant, and I don't care what it is, vitamin C, blueberries, acai berry, mangosteen, broccoli, oranges, grapefruit, any type of antioxidant neutralizes one free radical. A free radical is a scavenger that creates inflammation. Inflammation creates disease, and you know disease creates death. But it's a 1-to-1 ratio that one molecule of that antioxidant is grabbed by that free radical and they both die. But what Protandim does, it creates this NRF2 protein messenger. And one molecule of that antioxidant from this ratio of 40 years of research with 25 medical peer-reviewed studies behind it, one molecule of that antioxidant doesn't neutralize one free radical. It neutralizes up to 1 million free radicals and upregulates and downregulates over 600 genes in the body. Think of a piano, and if a piano's out of tune, it doesn't sound good. But what Protandim is, it's like going into that piano and it tunes everything perfectly. It's upregulating and downregulating, turning on genes, turning off genes, expressing the genes, neutralizing the free radicals. And what it's doing, it's creating this harmonious balance where the body can do its healing so much better. So here's what I like to say. Imagine I'm standing in front of you, and I have a stack of $1 bills. Here's the antioxidants. I start handing you, for 30 seconds, I'm going to hand you $1, $1. See my hand coming towards you? $1, $1. There's $30 in 30 seconds. Great. Go out and have a nice dinner. A light dinner, because you can't buy much for 30 bucks. Now, the way Protandim works, I'm going to stand in front of you for 30 seconds. I'm going to hand you $1 million. $1 million. $1 million for 30 seconds. Now you have $30 million. Has your life changed? Well, your body's cellular structure changes as it's neutralizing these free radicals at a much higher rate. Now, as an athlete, this is really great, but what about the person that's not an athlete? What about the person that sits in a machine shop and he's using a drill press every single day and stands on that same thing, and then he gets 10-minute breaks every 4 hours or what have you? That's creating a lot of oxidative stress, and a person like that absolutely needs it. What about a younger person that's in school and thinking? They need it. Protandim affects over 200 major diseases. It helps enhance the body's NRF2 production and reduces this oxidative stress. Now, we have something else that really goes along with that, and that is NRF1. Now, when I started, I have to tell you this. I'm with a lot of athletes that are just, they kick my butt. I'm with a lot of pro athletes, a lot of elite athletes, and I'm more lower end of these guys that are so great. I started taking Protandim, and this is the God's honest truth. I was last third. We would go running, and within a month and a half, I was in the first third. Now, I wasn't the top guy, but I was third. I'm a whole 30% of the people, and all I could say, the only thing I did different was taking NRF2. But the NRF1, what that does, it repairs the most important thing we have in our body, and that's mitochondria. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of our cells. And then we have the energy source of our cells, which is called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. But our body is 10% of our body weight is mitochondria. We have when a person has dysfunctional mitochondria, it causes so many different things happening in the body. So let me ask you, who wants cardiomyopathy? How about mitochondrial disease, muscular dystrophy, Lou Gehrig's disease, chronic fatigue syndrome, Huntington's disease, Alzheimer's, cerebral palsy, epilepsy? Shall I go on? When mitochondria breaks down, it breaks the barrier of the strength. It's that foundation of our cell. We need that. So if we have something, which we do, NRF1, and we've got science coming up that's going to open many people's eyes around the globe. When you are healing mitochondria, you're increasing the ATP, which is the energy source of the cell. you're reducing this oxidative stress, this rusting. You're creating this balance. When I train hard, my recovery, it blows me away. 2 days later, I don't feel like I did anything. And especially at my age. One of my friends who's on my team in this company, her name is Aida. She was number 4 Ironman, 50 to 54 age group, number 4 in the world as an Ironman. She took Protandim, and she took it for about 4 months and said, well, you know, and she was number 4. She said, I don't really feel a difference. So because she has a swimming coach, a running coach, she's very well set. A bike coach, she has like 5 coaches, and she could put anything in the world she wants in her body, and she chooses Protandim. Here's why. After 3 or 4 months, she stopped taking the Protandim so she could see what happened. She had congenital hypertension. So after stopping taking the Protandim, her congenital hypertension came back. She started taking Protandim again. Again, we don't say we treat, cure, prevent, or mitigate anything. She is presently and currently still number 1 in the world in her age category. Number 1 female Ironman in the world, and she takes Protandim because she's reducing oxidative stress, and she's increasing the NRF2 protein, and she's supporting her mitochondria production. Now, let me talk about a couple other quick things really quick, because I know time is of value. And that is an energy drink. Now, I want you to know, husbands out there, men out there, women out there, I want you to think of this. My wife is 9 months pregnant plus. 2 weeks from today, he's due. Would you drink Rockstar, Red Bull, Monster, or 5 Hour Energy drink? Do you think if my wife was drinking that and I see Joanne shaking her head, no. Think of that, a 9-month woman, pregnant woman drinking that stuff. Well, she doesn't. But she drinks what you see here, Axio. I was blessed enough to be on the Athletic Performance Advisory Board with Dr. Sean Talbot, who created this product. Myself, and also an amazing person that may be on here a little bit. Her name is Sharice Matthews. And we were both on his advisory board. And this stuff right here, the red one right there, the red raspberry, it's decaf. My wife drinks 3 of those every single day. She still works out 6 days a week. She still takes Protandim every single day. And this energy, this is smart energy. All the botanicals, if you look these up, I'm not going to tell you all of them right now, but if you go looking them up, you'll go, wow, I want these in my body. Well, it took them a while to create the great taste, because there's no artificial flavors, no artificial colors, no artificial sweeteners. It's sweetened with monk fruit and stevia. It has natural sustained energy from green tea extract. There is no jitters, nothing of the sort. It is so good for the mind, and it does have one side effect, and that is children that were drinking this, that have ADD and ADHD, autism, and Asperger's, were getting calls by their parents going, what are you doing with your children? Because they're focusing in class. Who's to say better than fruit punch with sugar and artificial sweeteners like high fructose corn syrup? So stuff is amazing. It's so for your body. The more you drink it, the more you become clear. And one more thing I want to talk about is our probiotic. Our probiotic, there's a lot of probiotics out there. I've been involved with probiotics for many years with my many years of nutrition in my background. Most probiotics, by the time it hits the stomach, and people brag about how great they are, keep it refrigerated, make sure it stays there, take it from that refrigerator, completely put it in your mouth immediately so it gets absorbed. But what does the acids of your stomach do? It deteriorates that little cellular covering, and it opens up in the stomach, and the acids in your stomach eat the probiotic. By the time it gets to where it needs to be in the small intestine, the large intestine, it's done. So what did we do? We have something called BioTrack that actually protects the 6 billion CFUs, and it goes completely through the stomach, goes to the small intestine and the large intestine, and opens there where it's supposed to open. It is so amazing. And we have a fat burner that only has, I think, 13 or 15 grams of caffeine, which you could take it and go to sleep. You'll never even notice it. all of our products are cutting edge. And all of our products are not, I just want you to understand, it's not designed for an athlete. It's great for an athlete, but it's not designed for an athlete. It's designed for every single human being and animal in the planet. That's what it's designed for. And that's the beautiful thing about this, because every single person needs to reduce their oxidative stress. Every single person needs to increase mitochondrial function and ATP production. They need to reduce the bad bacteria in the stomach. They need to increase the brain function. And we have pretty much, and we have a dog product, which my dogs are 14 and 11. So, and they do great. My cat lived to 18 and got shavings of Protandim. Now it's called Pet Tandem. So, gosh, Amy, do you want to ask me anything?
I would, I want to, this is fantastic. You know, what's so great about you, Michael, is you've been on our products for a long time. I mean, you've been involved, I think, for about 7 years. 6.5 years. So, you know,
6.5 years.
When you have an experience like that, you know, it says a lot, because most companies that are selling nutritional products, clients are changing and shifting to different products. They're not staying with the same products.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that for
Absolutely.
many, you know, the majority of us that join this company, you know, and we're not here to talk about the business opportunity. We'll talk for just a couple minutes at the end. But the reason that I got involved in this was for this right here. And I've had chronic Lyme disease for 20 years, also being an athlete, which was part of my recovery from Lyme, was just being able to be physical and move, which I think is critical for anyone who has any kind of arthritis. But this statement, and if you guys have read any of Dr. David Perlmutter's books, Brain, Grain, and Brain Maker, the foods we consume actually interact with our DNA, changing the expression of our genes moment to moment, for the better or worse. In this sense, food is information, and the instructions our food sources provide to our DNA regulate processes like inflammation, detoxification, and the production of antioxidants, all of which are pivotal for the health and decay of the brain and every other organ. So when you think about, especially when we're talking about fitness and athleticism, a lot of athletes are very, very focused on food and the types of food that they're eating. So when you look at plant-based nutrition, which is what Nutrigenomics is nutrition and dietary components that can change gene expression, we are absolutely knowing that our blueprint, whether we're an athlete or not, is going to be manipulated by what's put into our bodies for the good or the bad. And the good genes and the bad genes are going to be expressed, or they're going to be downregulated based on what we put into our body. And exercise is something that also changes gene expression. So exercising is fantastic in the sense that it turns on nerve 2 activation. It's very good for making mitochondria. It's good for, you know, keeping the muscles strong, but it also creates a lot of free radical damage because we're breathing in a lot of air. So food as medicine and food as information to our cells is exactly what Protandim is. Protandim is a activator that is biohacking or cracking the code to your DNA at multiple signaling sites. And Michael talked about those 600 genes that are expressed when you take Protandim. And this is the only company, you guys, right now in the world that has this type of data to show the gene expression that's changed when you take Protandim and activate NRF2. So when you're an athlete and you can put something like this into your body that's going to help you reduce oxidative stress, help you with your fitness recovery, help you to be more focused and be able to be more clear with the fitness that you're doing. And we're talking about elite athletes too, you know, which is a lot of the people in our company are. And I was hoping that Cherise Matthews may be able to, I don't know if she's going to, I think she's going to be able to jump on for a few minutes. But I really wanted to talk about this with you guys tonight because, you know, this is what's different about our company. And I know for a lot of people looking at this, and I have a lot of new people coming into my group, Michael, that are fitness professionals. And, you know, there's a lot of products out there and they're getting bombarded with companies every day. People are bringing things to them.
Without a doubt, all the time.
You know, and I'm sure you and Paloma as well were always being hit up, you know, being you know, in all these tournaments and things like that with all these other products. But no one has the data that we have to show that we're going to exactly where we need to go, which is to turn on the antioxidants in the body. And that is that 1-to-1 versus 1,000,000-to-1. So all the products that we have that Michael talked about, we do have some others and we don't have time to get into those tonight. They're all about focusing. Even the Axio is a NRF2 activator. When Dr. Talbot created that, it was around NRF2 activation in the brain. And that, again, is getting the synapses to connect better, reducing oxidative stress in the brain, and also, making the brain to be able to focus better. So this is our platform. We do have some other products. I have a small picture of this up here. But Michael, I know it just from the business perspective, why don't you just give us, you're about to have a child. Your wife is in the hair business. She has a salon, and I know she loves what she does, and she's still continuing to do that. After she has your little son, she'll be going back to work probably shortly thereafter because she loves it. But what you've been able to create for your family and where you're going with your business, talk about why you decided to get involved in this instead of just being a user.
Well, that's a great thing. It's been a journey, and actually I was supposed to be speaking in Denver and I didn't, so I could be here with my wife. And what this business gives you is it gives you choices. I've been a struggling massage therapist and martial arts instructor for many, many years, and my work speaks for itself when it comes to massage therapy. But, when it comes to the average population, they would much rather have a woman work on them than a man. A woman would much rather have a woman work on them. And a man would much rather have a woman work on them. So unless my hands were on them, they didn't know what I got. So it's very difficult making it in this world, in trying to create that love of art that I give away. We have to pay bills and so forth. And my wife was she did not understand this industry, and she's seen me try, if you will, with other companies that had other similar products to everybody else. So that's the business of sifting and sorting. And to teach, I teach classical Chinese Kung Fu. It's not like dropping into 24-hour fitness and taking an aerobics class, drop in and drop out. It's a discipline, and it's a lifestyle. So it's very difficult to find students that want to stick with you for a long period of time. But I believed in the concept of network marketing. I saw that ABC video, I was blown away. I showed it with my wife, and even though she didn't like network marketing, if you will, she said that I want that product. And that was in 2010. And she still takes it today. But by sharing this information, there's 3 things that I became. And this is why I've created the success. I became coachable. I listened to the people that were in the business longer than me and understood the industry more than I did, even though I understood it. I was willing to work. This isn't like, here's a business, get in, and it just builds on its own. It's not net play marketing. It's network marketing. If you buy a business, you have to show up and do the work. But this business pays you every single month. And you have to have a burning desire. To achieve your dream. But look at where I get to be today. 5 years ago, and Amy knows my story almost more than anybody, I was struggling. I didn't know which way to go. I was very scared. And to bring a child into this world, no way. I didn't want to go rent a 1-room place in somebody's house and do massage therapy. Believed in this. I put my triathlons, I put my music, I put a bunch of stuff on a temporary hold. And I shared this information, and by doing that, I put myself in a position when in 2 weeks-ish, it could be tonight, when Mateo Alexander is born. Oh, I hear an echo.
Yeah, it's okay.
I will be able to be the stay-at-home dad, and know that because of sharing information of things that everybody needs, I've put myself in a position that I will still receive a beautiful check to pay for my household while I get to stay home and not have somebody else raise my child. My wife loves doing hair. She'll be there. But I get to be the stay-at-home dad. We sell the ability to create time freedom. We're not selling products to people. Watch that ABC video, answer questions, plug people into a system, and you can have freedom. That's it. I like saying I'm just a massage therapist that had a burning desire. I put my goggles on, my blinders on, and kept the course. And then all of a sudden, I didn't know Amy. I have Elite Pro 9 Amy on my 3rd level in my business, and I'm so humbly blessed because she's such an amazing person. I love you, Amy.
I love you
There's
too, Michael.
Cherise.
Yeah, and
And I
Cherise
love
is here. So,
Cherise.
Michael, thank you so much. We're going to have Cherise come on. We've got a few minutes left.
Absolutely.
And
Please.
hi, Cherise.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
I'm so good. Thank you so much for being here. It's just, it's such an honor. We decided to do this. We've got a lot of new people in the fitness community joining all throughout LifeVantage. And I really wanted to have, we just had let Michael talk a little bit about the business for a few minutes. I know you weren't on in the beginning, but I'd love to hear, because I know you do work with a lot of Olympic athletes. You're an incredible athlete yourself. Just talk a little bit about your experience with someone. We talked about Nerf 2, Nerf 1, and Axio. Just give us a little bit of information that would be helpful to the community tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you for having me on tonight. I'm excited to be here. And Michael, you are not just a massage therapist. You are so much than that. You got to give yourself a little more credit. It's exciting to work with a team like this because, as a fitness trainer, and I've been in this industry for over 30 years, like anyone else in any profession, you worry about your reputation, and your reputation is on the line. In fact, Warren Buffett always said, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to lose it. And that was true. And it's very, very important to hold up our own reputations, especially in the fields that we have our professions in. And that was fitness training. And I take it very, very seriously. So for me to put my name behind a product, it had to be the best of the best, because at that moment when I was introduced to this, I was training the best of the best. We were actually helping some of the Olympic volleyball players at the time get back on the team to London. They had won a gold in Beijing, and then trying to get them on the London team. And I'll tell you what, a lot of these players, as you hit 32 years old, that they're over the hill, if you will, for Olympics, which is crazy, but it's true because, they've lost a little of their edge at that point. Well, what we were finding within this product was that literally, not just with these players, but many, many people now that I've been in this business for 7 years, when it comes to athletes, when you can recover faster as an athlete, that means you can train harder and longer and faster. And so we were seeing some phenomenal results with recovering faster from the strenuous activities that all these athletes were putting their bodies under. In fact, if you go to PubMed.gov and you type into their search engine, oxidative stress and elite athletes, in fact, I just pulled it up. There are over 75 results on this, and it goes on and on about elite water polo players and the oxidative stress with asthma, with all sorts of adolescent swimmers, and it goes on and on and on. And we know that there's a correlation between oxidative stress and declining athletic performance. So if we have a product, which we do with Nerve 2, with Protandim, that can reduce that oxidative stress by 40% in the first 30 days, we're talking about extreme performance, raising their levels of performance by taking a Nerve 2 activator. And it's not just the Nerve 2 activator, but the NRF1 that we're seeing with this as well, because what this is that it helps to repair any dysfunctional mitochondria. And in athletes, obviously, listen, I just want you to think of this. We know, if I take you back to 9th grade biology, that we know that the powerhouse to the cell is that mitochondria, right? That's the energy source. What do you think an athlete needs? What do you think let's take a average Joe that goes to the gym. When you go to get a workout, what do you need? You need energy. And if that energy source has been compromised at all, what is it going to do? You're going to have less energy. So if we can help to really help that energy source repair, which is that mitochondria, we're ahead of the game. And this is brand new science. This is not science that's been out forever and ever. We are cutting edge with these products. And I've been in this business now for 7 years, and I will not say that we're going to make any medical claims with this product and athletic performance, but I will tell you on a personal level, not only has my athletic performance increased, but I've had many, many clients and continue to have clients. In fact, I'm training right now a Division I swimmer, that Division I college swimmer right now, that we just shaved off 2 minutes of his, 2 seconds of his butterfly 100 butterfly. And a lot of that has to do with recovering faster. So in all of this, that's the power of what we have in our hands. And this is cutting edge science. And not only am I referring people to take this, but I have taken it myself. My family's on it. I've built a business behind it. And I actually have let a lot of the training clients go because I see this as helping and really reaching a lot more people and having a much bigger footprint on human health by building a business with this company than I can even just train one by one by one. So instead of training and making 1 or 2 or 10 or 5 families healthier, we're talking about making hundreds of thousands of families healthier. And that's what excites me beyond belief. So I say that there is nothing on the market like this right now. And that not only am I excited about it, but I know many athletes who you would be, and these are household names that that are taking the products that I'm just not allowed to say, but I'm fired up about it. So thank you, Amy, for having me on.
Charisse, thank you so much. I mean, it's just incredible the level of of credibility that so many of the company has in their leadership. And Charisse is an elite Pro 8. This getting to know and work with you and work with Michael has been such an honor, and just learning about the science of this. This Nerf 1, you guys, I think, like Charisse was saying, is going to be as big as Nerf 2. And the mitochondria has its own genome. It has its own DNA, its own blueprint, which most people don't know that. This is going to become mainstream information. I don't know if you guys saw the news today, how they actually did gene editing on an embryo and took out a genetic mutation for a very bad disease. And of course, it's not FDA approved, but within 5 years, I really think we're going to have this type of information is going to be mainstream, which is why all of us are on this right now. We're running as fast as possible, like Charisse said, to get this to as many people as possible so that we can help change people's lives. And also, the world is changing from a business perspective. I'm just going to let you guys know that there is another call, and it started 2 minutes ago, on how to use social media to build your LifeVantage business. I did circulate that. If anybody needs that number, text me at 240-388-7956, and I'll text it out to you. Michael, I want to say thank you so much for, I got to unmute you here. Where are you? For being with us tonight. You're a superstar. I adore you. And you're just, this family that we have is the gift that I didn't realize was going to come into my life with the LifeVantage family in this business. So I just want to say thank you guys tonight, and sign off and have a beautiful evening. And I did record this, and I'll put it up on YouTube. I'll send it to you guys first so you can let me know if you're okay with it. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great night.
Cool.
Bye-bye.
Love you. Love you, Sheree.